Bedouin Fisherman 27 said, "Good morning, I hope everyone's having a great, fantastic Friday."
A fast papa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, blind fisherman.
At Eisenod said, "Holy sir."
What up, Eisenod? How's it going?
At TechRL said,
You, Tech RL. Starting the day with a little bit of surf for you guys.
Vinewood OG said, "Good morning, everyone."
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all
Matt
doing?
Hofer said, "Good morning, sir."
Ooh, that ended very abruptly. I did not expect that.
At TechRL said, "This is so cool."
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
At TechRL said, "Oh, it's not live."
Yeah, it's live. This is
At
live.
TechRL said, "LOL."
I'm right here. I'm live. You're
At TechRL
live.
said, "Still cool."
Whoa. All right, Tech RL. Why would this not be
Blink
live?
Gaming 2855 said, "I'm just practicing my 7x7 cube, LOL. So I may not chat very much."
All right. It's live. I'll tell you how live it is. It is Friday morning. It is July the 31st, 2026.
Bedouin Fisherman 27 asks if it wasn't live, how could he respond to the chat?
That's another good question. And it's 6:14 in the morning. So surprising. I thought I was faster this morning. Yesterday I didn't get on until 6:15. I thought I was fast. I was like, you know what? I can do this a little quicker. I just rolled out of bed. I rolled out of bed at 5:55. I had a jump scare this morning. I don't know why.
Connor N7T5J said, "What's your favorite type of cheese?"
What's up, Connor? I get asked that so much. Like, why do
At
people...
Joni BC said, "Good morning."
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Why do people want to know my favorite type of cheese? I can't even tell why that's
At
a real
TechRL
question.
said, "I meant the surfing content. Sorry, Pete."
Oh, well, I mean, how could the surfing content be live? I mean, I've tried to do a couple lives from being down at the beach before. It's very difficult to get a signal down there, so not a lot of live surfing content going on. Ready? It's sponsor time.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap.
And I
Order
like my
mystery
sponsor.
box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
I like my sponsor because it's mine, Banana, and I make the stuff, and we want you to get it. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm actually on a new microphone this morning, and it occurred to me, this is the Neumann TLM 103. The usual microphone that I've been on all these years is this one right here. And it occurred to me, I have a really, really nice microphone. This one, the old one I was using, was specifically designed for podcasting, and it was about $800. This one, right here, is a Neumann TLM 103, and it's specifically designed for voiceovers, and it cost about $1,300. And I was like, you know what? I am a voiceover guy. I know how to use this microphone. Usually people wouldn't use a microphone like this during a podcast because it's very delicate, very sensitive, very serious, but I know how to do it. I'm a voiceover professional. So I broke out the Neumann TLM 103 and I'm going to try this today. It's more sensitive and it allows me to be a little quieter, which is kind of nice first thing in the morning. I don't need to be like all loud and yelling. Like I just woke up. I don't know. Are you guys still in bed? It depends where you are. We got a lot of people in Europe listening to the morning show. We got people on the East Coast, of course. You guys are just getting to work. I just rolled out of bed. It is... Come on, watch. Oh, my watch isn't
At
sleep
We
mode.
Free Shorts said hi.
Hi, what's up, We Free Shorts?
6:17 a.m.
6:17 a.m. So I've been up for an
At
hour.
On the Play Warlock 434 said, "Can you tell me a bedtime story?" Poppy hot face emoji.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I got any bedtime
Lenovo from
stories for you.
2003 said, "I am very much up in Germany."
Yeah, I think if you weren't up in Germany, it'd be a
At
little,
Joni BC
little
said,
weird.
"Pro gear for the pro."
Yeah, well, how does this microphone sound to you guys?
Beast Boy Nation said wife still sleeping next to me, lol.
Oh, well, hopefully you got the earbuds in. I mean, unless you...
Dublin Fisherman 27 said yeah, I rolled over SND turned you on. At FirmCube said hi, it's 10:17, 3:43.
So yesterday's video on YouTube, it was the worst performing video I've ever done on YouTube, and maybe I went a little too far with the title, or maybe I don't know, it was just silly. I was using the "hey baby," you know, like I was overdoing it with the voice a little bit, just having some fun. But the title of it was originally "Roll Over and Turn Me On," because it's literally, you know, all the titles that are like that they literally work when you know I want people to roll over in bed and turn on the show. And the video, it had like 300 views after the first hour or so, and I was like, I mean, usually my views hit about 10,000, or my videos hit about 10,000 views after the first hour or so, and that one was at 300. I was like, all right, I think YouTube is telling me I took the video title a little bit too far, so I changed it to an interesting way to wake up or something like that. But I don't know, I thought it was kind of clever. Although Nisha's mom, Nisha, my surf coach, I found out that she thought that a lot of my titles were a little too over the top. So maybe I can take it back. You know, when I get encouraged to use them, though, when the algorithm rewards my double entendre all the time,
Hey-ho 2902 says he.
Hey, so your name is Hey-ho.
Fisherman 27 says it was funny.
And you say, I thought it was kind of funny. Just being silly, just having fun. Oh, the one thing I like about this microphone is I can tell it's a few inches from my face, and it doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to mind. I don't have to be too close up on the thing. We are live this morning. I'm on Twitch. If you're following me on Twitch.
7808 says good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. How you doing? If you're following me on Twitch, you can choose to watch it in landscape or horizontal.
N16HTW1N4 says that's a wild shift in views just for a title. I definitely don't understand the algorithm.
I think they just thought, yeah, it was wild. That's a good way to put it. It was a wild shift.
Says good morning, Sarah.
Good morning to you, LT. Talking around me, talking to each other. I love that the community is also friendly with each other.
BC says this is what's happening.
This is what's happening. I feel like all the people chatting.
Fox 9 says love the stream.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Joni BC says oh no, can't smell. It's a blessing and a curse.
Can't smell.
Random viewer YT says hi Pete.
You know what I should.
On my way to work. Have
all
a good
right.
day.
Glad to keep you company on your way to work. Hopefully my commute to work. Oh my God. When I moved to the burbs in Boston right before I moved out here, and there was a train that would take me into the city. And that was like a half-hour train ride. And then I used to get on my bike, and I would have to bike across.
Have 2204 says as long as you know what you mean and know your intentions, and then people can think whatever, and it's funny too.
Yeah, but then, YouTube gets grumpy. So it was a half an hour on the train in the morning, and then it was like a 35-minute bike ride across the entire city of Boston. And when I bought the house in the suburbs, I'm talking about commuting when I was living in the Boston area. When I bought the house, it was July. I bought the house in July in Boston. I was like, okay, it's a nice little bike ride across the city. Of course, I was half blind at the time, and basically every other 10 feet was another opportunity for me to get run over by a car. But at least it was pleasant outside. But as the months wore on, and I realized that I had to start riding my bike through the entire city of Boston in like 0-degree weather, I was like, oh right, this commute sucks. So I try not to complain too much about my commute these days, because my commute these days is from 2 rooms away, 1, 2, then I get in here, and then I just flip on a bunch of computer equipment, and I say, hello world, as we're all sitting here working. Well, most of us probably working, I guess. Not everybody. But there's a couple in Natick, Massachusetts. Did you hear the story yesterday? I love this one. This is great. This is one of those companies you're like, man, why couldn't that happen to me? A couple in Natick, Massachusetts, they ran a review blog about marketplaces, kind of like Amazon, Etsy, and they had been doing some honest and kind of rough reviews about eBay, I guess. And over the course of years, the eBay executives, why they would do this, like literally executives from eBay were harassing these people. Named in the lawsuit, they didn't name a lot of stuff. It's funny, it had been going on for years, or they didn't make a lot of stuff public, but they mailed them like a bloody pig mask for example, and then they started mailing them a book, how to cope with the death of your spouse, kind of like, oh, we could get the other one of you. And so the harassment went on for years with a number of different executives from eBay. Why? I don't know. Because they didn't want them reviewing their website bad. Well, they took them to court, and the couple won in a judgment, in a settlement. I think this came down yesterday. It might have been the day before. Take a guess. Take a guess how much money they got. They got $55.7 million from eBay.
At Sitter 657 said he reads it through text to speech.
Just like that. That is how the text messages work right there. So $55.7 million judgment. And you know, sometimes you hear about those lawsuits. And you know, it's something like
Johnny BC said, Eileen, we respect your beliefs, but please don't talk religion here.
Yeah, good thing I had the thing muted. I am not waking up at 5:55 in the morning to get into a religious discussion with people. You know, some of those lawsuits, like, you know, you got burned by the coffee, you got like disfigured by an accident on the grounds of the store, or their product caused you to have some terrible disease, and you're like, oh, I don't want that stuff. Hey,
Ian Blind and Alive just followed.
Ian, I think it said Ian Blind and Alive. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Yeah, join the Twitch community. That's where all the friendly, happy, cool people are. And I spent a bunch of time. I don't know if Lola's in the chat. I have an email to get back to her on. I am trying to figure out how to give you guys something to redeem with your channel points if you're on Twitch. Now, a problem is that a lot of the channel point redemptions have to do with things that are on the screen. Like, you see the stuff on the screen. And of course, I can't see the screen. I have no idea what's happening on the screen. So I got to figure out something that, like, I can hear, obviously. And then, you know, people were saying, like, maybe if we redeem channel points, you could do a voiceover. And I guess that could be fun for you guys. But I also, like, you know, right after the show is over, then I've got to do voiceovers. So I don't know if I want to be doing voiceovers for the hour and a half before I do voiceovers for 10 hours. It seems like a lot of voiceovering. And then a lot of people, I was reading online, they're like, oh, if you're you're trying to do channel redemptions, maybe you could have people tell you to eat something funny. And I got a whole bucket of interesting food from all around the world. And I do the blind guy taste test. You know, it goes like this.
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
But I designed the blind guy taste test, or I came up with the blind guy taste test when I was doing the show at 6 p.m. in the evening. And so the blind guy taste test is mostly a bunch of candy. And I'm not entirely sure if I want to be eating a bunch of candy at 6:10 in the morning. So I got to figure out, you can either put some comments on this video. You can try and tell me right now.
Message, but I'm really glad that I'm back on with one of your lives again.
Oh.
I have been so busy recently with marching band camp, but yesterday was my last day of band camp.
All right. Oh, last day of band
Nation
camp.
says hydrate and stretch are good point spenders.
Hydrate
Matt
and
Honker says
speech.
blurps are fun, but it might be too annoying.
I don't know what
At Sitter
blurbs are.
657 says, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll have to look into more of them. There's like sounds, you can fire off sounds, and you know, I already have a lot of sounds and noises going on that I start to get a little bit distracted with. But if any,
husband says, good morning, Peter. How are
good
you?
morning,
Sir?
blind husband. Good. Yeah.
William the hot dog says, hi, no sleep, but rewatched 2 movies.
All right.
Beast Boy
That's
Nation says, stretch.
stretch. There we go. I'm stretching. How's that?
At Serhii Bazushko says, hello from Ukraine.
Hello. Wow. I don't think we've had Ukraine before. Good morning. I got
At Emily Dreams says, sorry, Pete, I meant hear my message.
Oh, well, I can't hear your message. I'm not sure if, I think in this screen, geez, I can't remember. I think in the screen you can see Petey the Penguin is on a skateboard. I tried to get him to be a little bit taller. He was a little bit short. So I put him on the egg board, and he is about my height right now. What was I was listening
Boy Nation says, autocorrect is the bane of my existence, lol.
Autocorrect.
Boy Jaming 2855 says, hello from below the Minecraft bedrock.
Hello
At
from
Percube
below
says,
the
good
Minecraft
morning, Petey.
bedrock.
Morning, Pete.
Thank you. That's
Country
both
Life
of
One
us. You
says,
got a
love
good
your
morning.
videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Today's video.
At Sitter 657 says, Emily, he can't see it. It gets read by text to speech.
This is true. You are
At Tony BC
experiencing
says,
that
hello
right
to
now.
all. I
Hello.
hope you and Ukraine are safe.
Yeah, I hope.
Country Life
I
One
hope you
says,
are as
King.
well. Thank you. I
Boy
appreciate
Jaming
that.
2855 says, I am the void. That's the joke.
Void.
At Arimery 8176 says, oh hi, I didn't know you were streaming.
I'm streaming. I try. Last Friday I did a stream last Friday, and the numbers were
NASA21_45 just followed.
Thank you, NASA2145. I appreciate the follow. Come on over. Join the excitement over on Twitch, especially if you're on YouTube Shorts. I mean, I have nothing against YouTube Shorts. That's where all my shorts are. But it's just not a great place for live. The chat is a little weird and sketchy, and they don't do a good job of feeding you this live at all. So especially if you're on YouTube Shorts, come on over to Twitch, hit up Pete Gustin, that is my full name, Petegustin, and same thing if you're, it's funny, there's this tiny little community over on Facebook. I don't know why I do the show on Facebook every day, just because it allows me to, so I do it on Facebook as well, and we get like 80 views. I think we got 80 yesterday. The TikTok numbers, surprisingly, always do really well. I usually get about 1,000. That's a YouTube follow right there. Ooh,
BeastBoy_Nation just subscribed.
thanks, Beast Boy Nation. I appreciate that. Thank you for making me on a banana come up with the big boner sound effect. I appreciate that. You know, I was just saying that TikTok numbers are good, but saying the word BONER, that probably just got me kicked off. After the show, I look at the stats. I hear the stats, and every time I hear that that I got kicked off TikTok at some point in the show, I never put the air on, and it's already about 83 degrees in here. Hold on, I'm going to put you guys up. I'm going to talk to computer, set upstairs to 75. Okay, computer, what is the temperature upstairs?
Lenovo Fan 2003 says Twitch is 13. Matt Honker says
Right,
YouTube Shorts
77.
live is a weird place in general.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts Live
N2C says said hi.
is a weird place in general. All right.
Husband says
there we go.
computer set the temperature to 68. At667 says when are your streams because I want to tune into the next stream.
Fortunately, you can't hear you. I don't.
N2C says you're my fab.
That's cool. It sounded like fat, but I think you said fav, which is fave. If you type in FAVE, the robot will say fave. If you type in FAV, it says fav. But fortunately, I understand robot to English. I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. I'm even fairly good at when there's a typo, because people make the same typos all the time. I was like, okay, I'm starting to get these. I'm starting to get what they are. What was I going? I was going to
Lucius
answer a
says your voice
question.
gives me the tingle, dude.
Ooh, yeah. So do you guys like do you like the fact that I've got this microphone rolling for this is the one I was just using during a hype train, and I realized I'm like, I don't know, I've got the fancy microphone. It's a really nice microphone.
2855 says on to last layer for the 7x7 Rubik's Cube.
All right, 7x7 Rubik's
says you will be
Cube.
happy to know I started work yesterday with 2 hours of technical service, had to reinstall screen readers on my work computer.
Right.
At Punchy N2C says oh.
I'm not the only one.
At says Optimus Prime.
Whoa.
Lenovo Fan 2003 says sometimes typos are funny.
Oh, someone was asking me when. Oops, sorry, sir. I give you. Thank you for the Beast Boy. Thank you for the subscription over on Twitch. That is very cool of you. That is a paid service. It means you support me. It means you like me. It means you want to do this thing without any commercials, and it means you get access to my emojis. Oh, and I was right. The banana with banana emoji was the most popular one on Wednesday. If you're watching me over on Twitch and you click the emoji picker, there's 5 or 6 custom emojis, and they're all very cool. I guess.
Biosco34310 just followed.
Thank you, Biosco34310. I appreciate it. Now you have access to the super cool emojis. Brooks and Banana were checking them out the other day. The banana with the banana emoji, the me with my giant letter opener. There's a super dog one. There's a Petey the Penguin one. And I was asking a minute ago if you have other suggestions for things that you guys can redeem. It's hard for me to hear the chat all the time because I need to get through a sentence every now and then, so it's muted. But if you have a good idea and you want to email me, hit up blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Whatever you want to see if you get some ideas of channel points to get rewarded. But yeah, I was asking about this this microphone right here. Is it a little too much? Is it a little too heavy?
I'm doing an unboxing now. LOL of the box they sent from home.
All right, you're gonna do your own unboxing. I always thought I thought
Nation says all of Pete's
unboxings.
beautiful emotes in the chat to see.
Oh, did you just put them out there? It doesn't.
Caution Pedigo
Hold on
1
one second.
Petey Penguin Pedigo 1 Banana Pete.
Okay, so this robot voice.
657 said, "Hey Pete, when will your next stream be?
Oh, that's.
I want to be able to tune into the next one."
All right, so this robot voice, I like it. It's more pleasant. You guys don't
At
think.
AbdullahHack2204 said, "Hey Pete, I'm doing an unboxing now. LOL of the box they sent from home."
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so that robot
Beast Boy
voice.
Nation said all of Pete's beautiful emotes in the chat to see.
Yeah, that's okay. So Beast Boy.
Lenavofin 2003 said Pedigo 1 Super Dog.
That's the super dog one. Okay. So that I got to figure out a way. That robot voice, I like it more. It actually reads the emojis out loud. What it's doing is it's saying Petegu1. Petegu1 is my prefix on Twitch. PETEG1, because there already was a PG apparently. And so it's reading the prefix of the emoji Petegu1, and then it reads the name of the emoji, which is Superdog. And I wonder, I'm kind of curious if I put them, I'm not sure if you, I don't think you can see them unless you're on Twitch. So I think you're going to have to head on over to Twitch. Follow me there, Pete Gustin. Oh, the person was asking when my streams are. I don't stream on the weekends. I only did it that one weekend when Banana was away because I had nothing to do and nobody was around, nobody to keep busy. So you guys were my friends. My only friends were internet friends. So I did stream 2 Saturdays and Sundays ago. But generally, my new schedule is 6, 6, and 6. So Mondays, I say I take Mondays off, but if I wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, which I often do on a Monday, then I'm going to do it. But it's not, Monday's not scheduled. If you see me Monday morning, it means I got a terrible night's sleep and I'm wide awake for some reason. So it's Tuesday and Wednesday. I do 6 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday is a 6 p.m. show. Thursday and Friday is a 6 a.m. show. 6, 6, 6, and 6. So afternoons, Tuesday, Wednesday, mornings, Thursday, Friday. That is when we do this stream. That is when we get together and we all hang out and we talk about whatever the heck we're supposed to talk about. People keep asking me, what's the stream about? What is the stream about? I'm like, I don't know. It's about,
At Joni BC says West Coast is 6:30 a.m.
It looks like you're awake. Turn off. Dismiss. Button. Turn off. Button.
yeah.
Selected.
My watch knows that,
Good morning. Pete.
it says good morning.
Temperature. Currently
Temp-
69 degrees. Low 69 degrees. High 82
It's
degrees. Button.
69 going to 82 today.
Conditions. Cloudy. Button.
It's cloudy.
Battery. 100%.
My battery is 100%.
Battery. 100%.
Fedlin Fisherman
good.
27 says chat decides what the stream is about.
It does, and I count on you guys. If I didn't have the chat, I wouldn't know what the hell to talk about. So I need you guys to come with the hot
Beast Boy
topics.
Nation says the stream is about catching up with Pete.
Okay, well, that's a little.
Picla Pirata Panda 7373 says hello Pete.
Whoa, that was quite the username. Kill it a pickle, the parrot a panda 6073. That was quite the username. But hello to you. Kill it a
Fan
pickle.
2003 says Germany is 3:34 a.m.
3:34 a.m.
Lucius says love how you're so patient with the voice cutting you off lol.
How is
Matt
it
Honker
that far
says you can give
ahead?
the user access to your sub-only emotes by using viewer points.
Yes,
User
that
9,940,757,816,336
such a
SG.
long username. And then I talked over
Lenovo
the.
Fan 2003 says 3:34 p.m.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Blind
That's what I
Surfer
thought.
PG Sidekick says OMG it's the Blind Penguin's daddy what's up.
I don't know if I'm his dad. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, I didn't mean to mute that.
Speech volume.
Speech volume.
Speaking rate. 60,
Speaking
70,
rate.
80%.
Let's set it to 80%.
2 notifications. Button.
What do you mean two? Oh, it's stuck in
Flashlight. Off. Button.
it's stuck in sleep
27
mode.
minutes ago. Jesse Nelson. Clear. Notification center.
I need to know.
UI vertical line food service. Yahoo Mail. Now. Wholesale supplies plus.
Oh, okay. That's just nonsense. I have to stay on top of my. Hope you guys forgive me if I have to stay on top of my messages in the morning because emergency voiceovers could come in at any moment, and then I have to go and read them. So I have to keep my phone right on top of me and pay attention to what's going on. Listen to and the hey. thank you.
Sergeant Zero just followed.
Hey, see, so that one, I can't figure out.
Try again. Yahoo Mail. Now. Twitch. Sergio Zero is now following you.
Sergio Zero.
Now. Twitch. Sergio Zero is now following you.
Sergio Zero. Every once in a while, someone will follow me on Twitch, and it also comes up on my phone. Like I'll just be sitting there in the middle of my workday and see, and I can understand that voice better.
Yahoo Mail. Now. Twitch. Sergio Zero is now following you on
Says
Twitch. Yahoo Mail. Now. Twitch. Sergio Zero is now following you on Twitch.
Sergio Zero is now following me on Twitch. But I like the British guy. I mean, I'm not going to change it because I like him.
Laris71 just followed.
Thank you, Laris71. I appreciate it. See, Laris I didn't get an email notification about Laris, but I did get one for Sergio. I have to say that the British voiceover guy is mildly, his accent makes it like he said Sergio, and I guess if that's how you'd say it in British. But I feel like it makes me get a little confused about some of the names sometimes. But if you've noticed how it works, come on over to Twitch, you do a follow, your name will get shouted out by some weird British voiceover guy, and then I'll sit here and try and figure out what the heck it's supposed to say. Anyway, to reset, I am here. I am Pete. I'm the Blind Surfer. This is Petey the Penguin, the mascot of Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap, which is, of
The
course...
Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
Yesterday was a very good day for Blind Penguin hand soap. Banana and I make the stuff, and I'm getting a lot of good feedback. People saying it's a lot of fun, and the smells are good, which is great to hear. We actually almost completely sold out yesterday, so as soon as Banana wakes up, she's going to be making more soap. I mean, she makes it. She mixes the soap, puts it in the bottle. I make the packages and pack them up by hand and put the labels on. So we're doing it one by one. So if you guys want to grab them now at blindpenguin.com. I am on Twitch. If you do 200 bits or more, the message will get read out loud automatically, immediately. I have no choice. It just happens live. If you're on YouTube and you want to get your message read out right away, it's $3 or more for a super chat. If you are on Facebook right now, there is no way to get your messages read at all. There's no integration. There's no amount of money that you can give, and there you go.
Kukie just followed.
Kukie just followed over on Twitch. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wonder what we're at. I think we're at, maybe, if I had to guess, maybe we're at like 828. One at a time. We're growing that over there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, for some reason there's no integration with this software that I'm using on Facebook. Like, you can see me on Facebook. I'm waving at you right now. But if you're on Facebook and you want to interact, you should probably come on over to Twitch. TikTok, I can hear all of your messages, but I still suggest you come on over to the other platform that begins with T.
2Kiri says you have 839.
839. All right, that's pretty
Lenovo
good.
Fan 2003 says hello at 2Kiri.
And I think, yeah, hello at 2Kiri. Thank you for the follow. And I think if we get one more on Twitch, then we do the little,
says hi.
We do the little celebration
Beast
dance.
Nation says Sergio beat me to it by a second. At Newless Newell said hi.
Hi, hello.
Saracom 7808 says hey guys, I'm back.
Where were you, Sarah? How dare you miss
B7Z
this?
says OMG, why are you wearing that shirt?
I don't know.
Lucius says I know you do voice acting, but like, do you read story too? I could fall asleep to your voice.
What shirt am I? This is
Matt
my.
Honker says, am I making your animated emotes this weekend?
If you
Cute
want
says,
to.
I follow on Twitch, but watching on YouTube is better for phones.
What?
Fiddlin' Husband says
That's
welcome
not
back.
true.
Sarah.
Yeah, on Twitch, you just need to press the button.
My name 2KY Ray.
2KY Ray.
Saracom 7808 says LOL, I'm at work.
I know. So this is what people, some people aren't figuring out. If you're on Twitch, there's a button that you press that puts it in the horizontal. You just have to tap it. Now, where it is on the screen, I don't know, but it's there. Go back into Twitch and ask someone else. You can watch it in horizontal, or you can watch it in vertical on the same page. That's what's the cool thing about Twitch. It's not like on YouTube. There's a horizontal stream happening right now, and on a completely different page, there's a vertical stream going on. You have to go between the two of them, and the two chats aren't merged. It's it's maddening rather. It drives me crazy. But on Twitch, they're all together, and you can choose which orientation you want to watch it at. What was it? I was going to tell you something. Oh. Yesterday I was listening. This is like the strangest thing. I was listening to the radio, and someone was talking about their icks. Like, it gives me the ick. And they were talking about, like, icks for God. Oh, there you go.
LunaNoon_TV just followed.
LunaNoon_TV. Thank you, Luna Noon. I appreciate it. I think, all right, that didn't get us to the celebration noise, but we're going to get there. Well, I can't see what it automatically sets a follower goal every day, and it's probably one or two away. You just keep on hitting that follow button, and eventually the celebration goal will happen. They were talking about the top icks for guys. One of them was flip-flops. Guys wearing flip-flops give girls the ick. And I gotta say, I hate flip-flops. Like, I cannot stand. You guys see me down at the beach all the time. I wear like beach shoes. They're made by Olakai, and they're designed like if you walk into the ocean with them, like, it's not great. Your feet get wet, obviously. But no, that's just that's a bank email. So they'll get wet, but then nothing happens to them. They dry out. It's not like if you have leather sneakers on and they get ruined. So that's what I wear down to the beach, because the toe thong just is super uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like, and if you need to run, like, nobody likes running in there's nothing I like about flip-flops. However, Banana is a huge flip-flop fan, mostly because she's, a hippie from back in the day that likes the Grateful Dead and goes to Grateful Dead festivals and stuff, and she likes Birkenstocks and flip-flops. So when we moved out here, she was like trying to convince me to be a flip-flop person, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't like doing flip-flops. I cannot stand flip-flops. The other ick that I was hearing about was guys that make girls pay.
Lil JJM1N1G says, what's it actually like being blind?
Horrible.
Sergio Zero says, few years ago, I saw your video where you swim in the ocean. After that, I started running every day. Thanks you, bro.
All right.
Curie says it depends what kind of flip-flops.
No, I don't like
Linda
any
Spence says
flip-flops.
sandals. Every day, all day. Long with socks. Lol.
No. Sandals and socks.
Sarakam 7808 just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you.
Saw the Brett Favre video from Penthouse J channel. You have been a menace to society for a while with the commentary. I was dated to bring it up.
Oh, God.
There you go, Motaya.
I don't even, he probably said, see, this is how good I am with the text to speech. He probably said dared to bring it up. The Penthouse J channel. Why was I uploading commentary about Brett Favre on my music channel? I don't even want to, now I don't even want to like encourage people to go over there too much. I don't even know if I have access to that channel anymore. There is a YouTube channel where I was posting my music from the year, God, I don't know. I don't even know when YouTube started, but I think I was posting my first videos on YouTube like 3 years after YouTube started. And apparently I did something about Brett Favre. What do you guys deep dive? How'd you even find that? Don't deep dive my old stuff. My old stuff was not good. I did one good video that went viral, and then I didn't even know. I didn't even know what. I just posted something on YouTube for a giggle where I was texting. You remember the old days where in order to write cat, you'd have to press the 2 button 3 times, then the 2 button 1 time, then the 8 button once. So C, A, T. And that was how, this is literally how you used to text. And so everybody would be sitting there at their phone like, you know, like mom would be like the 6 button, and then 6 button 3 times, and the 6 button again. And he just wrote mom. And so everybody like sitting there looking at their phones. And of course, it didn't do me any good to look at my phone. So I used to do it without looking. And then I used to be able to do it like I could be talking to someone and texting. So I did this video years ago. It's called World's Fastest Texter with like 4 question marks. And I'm standing there in one of the apartments I used to live in, and I got my hands behind my back, and I'm wearing like the sleeveless muscle shirt, and I'm like texting behind my back. I thought I don't know why I made it. I was bored. And then the video ended up getting like a couple 100,000 views or something. I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what it meant. It was probably like one of the first early viral videos on YouTube, and I didn't even know what it meant. But yeah, don't go grab my old stuff. My old stuff is weird. Stay with the new stuff. So the other ick was guys that make women pay or split. Guys that make women split the bill on the first date. Women found it was some poll of like what are the worst icks of a guy dating a guy these days. So they said sandals. Which was it Blind Husband or Blind Fisherman? One of you just said that you do socks and sandals. Which that can't be. That can't be. You don't really do that, do you? That can't be a thing. I'm so uncomfortable with flip-flops. For some reason, when I'm wearing flip-flops, the ones that are in that weird little toe thong thing, I get a cramp. Like I get a cramp holding the thing on my foot all day.
Fisherman 27 says, "Def not me. I don't wear sandals."
Okay, good. So it was the Blind Husband. You wear sandals and socks, or you're kidding. I can't tell. I can't tell if you really do it. I think Banana has to be like the only girl in the world that wants a guy to be wearing flip-flops.
2864 says, "You are wrong, sucker."
You wrong,
Sarah
sucker.
7808 says some crazy stuff in the old repertoire.
Oh God, I gotta go find that
says,
stuff.
"I wear Crocs with socks."
No,
Thickland
you
Husband
don't.
says, "Really nice thick sandals with socks, and then your feet don't get dirty, and you can just throw the socks off him."
Okay. I
Curie
mean,
says it's comfy.
I bet you, yeah, Crocs are very comfy. I guess. I don't know.
Lucius says flip-flops are quite common in my country, lol.
Okay. I mean, I got,
Zero says you voice it's like God speaking to you from the sky.
well, I feel like if that's the case, I have more to, live up to. Feel like I have a lot more.
says Pete knows the layout of his house. He uses his cane when out in the world.
Yeah, I don't walk around my house
Devlin
with a cane.
Fisherman 27 says, "I wear socks with Crocs because those aren't technically sandals. Those are clogs." Chrissy
Yes.
McKenzie says, "Wow, I finally caught you live. Hello
Hey.
from South Africa."
South Africa. Every day we get a small contingent of people watching / listening from South Africa.
5855 says, "Laughs manically and slip on tennis shoes without socks." Curie says, "Clogs." Joni BC says, "Hello, South Africa."
Hello,
Lil
South Africa.
JJ1N1G says, "Do you have a mental map of your surroundings?" is what I meant.
Yeah, obviously. Look, I'm wearing. I got nothing on. No. I don't need to. I throughout the course of the week, you know, because I'm just in this house all the time. I don't exactly wear a lot of shoes in my house. There's no point to doing that. But yeah, when I go out, I wear Olakai. They're like surf shoes or like lifeguard shoes. You can get them wet. They're. I mean, I don't need to do a commercial for them. I wear. Matea Brown sent me Crocs forever ago. I've had them for like a year. And I actually wear them when I go outside to do stuff. Like if I take the trash out or if I'm just like walking around the pool deck or something like that. And Banana's always like, please. She's like, if you, hold on, I'll tell you a sec.
At MadeJabBrown3983 tip $4.99 through Super Chat.
Crazy timing.
Hi Pete, we are still going on TikTok. Happy Friday.
Hey,
by the way,
that.
with the subscribe on portrait version, it chops off your head.
With the subscribe on the portrait version, it chops off your head. So I'm guessing my head isn't cut off the whole time. That would be kind of annoying. Like I think you're just saying.
He says it's probably because surfing is big in South Africa.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Saracom 7808 says never mind.
Well, now I want to know what Sarah meant.
2003 says after this stream I'm going back to gaming.
Can you guys see my head?
Karina Henkel 2864 says shut up B.
I want you to see my head. I don't want to be headless. I think she's just saying when someone subscribes, it cuts off my head, which I think probably makes sense. I think when someone
418 says yes.
Yes. I think when someone
says hello from Canada.
Hello from Canada.
Another says turn gifts on YouTube. We can give you gifts with jewels. They cost money or YouTube gives them for free sometimes.
I did notice
Sarah
that.
7808 says we can see your head.
You can. You can see my head.
Hi, Canada.
Hello, Canada.
Says from Malaysia AE.
I'm trying to figure out if you guys can see my head.
Yes, we see everything.
Okay, that's fine. So I think what she was saying.
Says hi.
I think what
Chrissy McKenzie says I can see your head lol.
Good. I don't want to be headless.
Says top of your head is in top of frame. You're good, Pete.
Okay. Well, what the hell was Matea talking about now? I think she was just saying when someone follows me.
Says I can see your head though.
My head gets cut off by.
27 says well, we don't want to see everything.
Not everything.
Run says it when there is the banana subscription graphic appears.
Okay.
From Cube says I want to give you my jewels.
Yeah, I'm still.
Johnny BC says from Cubes. There's so much going on already with YouTube.
Yeah. Matea,
Peterson 2429 says good morning Pete from Minnesota.
Good morning, Minnesota.
Boy Gaming 2855 says I am going insane. My charger is charging for just a fraction of a second.
Oh, that's happening to Banana. Her iPhone only every once in a while she plugs a thing in and it only charges for like a second. I'm still confused with what Matea was saying because when you follow me on Twitch, Steve's head comes up. When you follow me on YouTube, Skylar's head comes up. And when you're in vertical, Steve's head comes up here. Skylar's head comes up here. And I don't know. As long as you guys, it doesn't seem like anybody's complaining. As long as you can see me. That was really funny timing though, because I was literally talking about Matea and the Crocs that she sent me, and then all of a sudden she just super chatted out of nowhere, and then confused the hell out of me and made me spend the next 3 minutes trying to see if you guys could see my head. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Obviously, there's a million things. What's it like to be blind? It sucks. It super duper sucks. Like I'm well aware that there is a computer monitor. It might be out of the frame. This is the problem. There's a computer monitor like right there. I think it's right there. I don't know if it's in the screen, but there's a computer monitor right there. You know, that's there for when Brooks and Banana are here. And also I have it set up for text to speech so that when I'm going live by myself, I just move the mouse around until it says confirm and go live. And then I press the button that says confirm and go live. And it starts making, I scripted it so that it goes tick, 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 tick. So it ticks 6 times. And I think it connects to Twitch vertical, Twitch horizontal, YouTube vertical. Then it does Facebook, and then it does TikTok. And after I hear the tick 6 times, then I'm assumedly going live. But if you've ever watched the very, 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 very beginning of the show, if you're up early enough to catch me exactly when I go live, what I'm doing to actually confirm that I'm live is I have another earbud in, and I'm on my YouTube channel, and I'm listening for the stream to go live. It's funny, usually it takes like 15 to 20 seconds for it to connect. and those are like the worst 15 seconds, especially here at like 6:05 in the morning. I'm like, come on, please connect. And then I finally hear the thing start. I'm like, okay, good, we're good to go. But it's, it's very frustrating because literally, if I could see that stupid monitor in front of me, I could see if my head was in the screen. I could see if Petey's head was in the screen, and then I could actually see connected, and then it gives me the runtime, and then it even tells me how many people are on air. But for the most part, I don't know what the hell's going on until I press the text-to-speech thing and hear what you guys say. Oh, and someone was saying that I could turn the GIFs on YouTube, and I had them on for a minute, and then I turned them off. And the reason is, yeah, I mean, sure, if I wanted you guys to send me GIFs of whatever amount, I'm not going to turn it down, but I did turn it down because there is no text-to-speech option for it, and there is no sound associated with it. So when someone gives me a gift, it just comes up on the screen, except I have no idea what the heck it is. So it doesn't really do me a lot of good. The only things I want to have you guys redeem or something that I can actually interact with. So if you do 200 bits on Twitch, I can hear that. If you follow me or if you subscribe on Twitch, I can hear that. And if you do a super chat on YouTube, I can hear that. Otherwise, it does me no good to know what you're doing.
Fisherman 27 says, I love it when I'm at school that I'm looking for something or something like that. I can't find it. And then so it says, oh, what are you blind not knowing I actually am?
Yes.
Beast Boy Nation says, now don't touch it. Don't even blink at it.
Don't touch it. Don't blink at it. Hold on. Now I'm getting messaged. Well, I'll hit the...
Sergio Zero says, you speaking about shoes. What was the end in that history?
Okay. All right. So Matea is explaining to me. That's fine. So now she's explaining to me when someone subscribes to me on Twitch, it cuts off my face. But I feel like that's...
says, as someone who draws, learning people's facial structure is so interesting. Oh, and you have very nice bush brows, LeMayo.
You making fun of my eyebrows? I have nice bush brows. I think I was supposed to say nice bushy brows. I definitely got me some thick eyebrows. I know that much. I don't know. I've been told that my facial features
says,
work.
have you ever almost run into somebody and then they also turned their head to see what you're looking at so hard, but that's just the way you see?
Well,
Zero says, you speaking about shoes. What was the end in that history?
Oh, well, hold on. Someone was telling me I had bushy eyebrows. Oh, no. I've never almost run into someone and have them turn their head. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because I can't see them. If I almost run into someone, I have no idea if it even happened. If I do run into someone, I have no idea what their facial expression is like. There was no real end to that story. It's just that, I was saying so I wear the Crocs around the house to do stuff, like out by the pool, or if we're just going to our little table to eat outside, or if we're just going outside, like sometimes we'll let the dogs outside, and, Steve and Skylar run around, and I can hear their collars going jingle, 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 so I know where they are. So I'll just slip the Crocs on. I keep the Crocs in the gym, the garage area where my gym is, and I'll throw those on. But Banana is always like, please, 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 if you hear a car coming, she's like, take those Crocs off. She hates. It's funny because her favorite shoe, and she wishes I would wear them. She loves Birkenstocks, which are affectionately referred to by people as Air Jesus. I don't know if you get the reference. Take off on Air Jordan and their sandals, which the J-Man used to wear back in the day, apparently. So a lot of people call those the Air Jesus shoes, and that's what she wears. She wears them hiking, she wears them to the beach, she wears them out. She's just Birkenstocks, Birkenstocks, Birkenstocks. But she does not want me seen in public wearing the Crocs. Sorry, Matea. I get some use out of them, wearing them around the house when I have to do stuff, but I don't think she'd ever let me leave. And then Matea also sent a bunch of, what are they called? Giblets, niblets, dingleberries, whatever the heck they are. A bunch of stuff you can put in your Crocs. And so there's an episode when Nisha and we were opening up the giblets, and we were putting a bunch of stuff in my Crocs. There's like a little surfboard and a little palm tree and a little wave. And so and I said to Banana, I was like, does this make them cooler? Can I wear them now? And she's like, no. She's like, no, now you look like a teenage girl. But I left them there. So I got the big white Crocs with all the little giblets and niblets on them, but she will not let me wear them outside of the house. So there were three icks.
Sue Carey says, how do you not drown in the pool?
It's like 4.5 feet deep. Why would you ask how do I not drown in the pool, yet you don't have an issue with me surfing? I feel like
Sergio Zero says you can see some light or something like that?
Yes.
Lucia says, oh, the little decoration stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Abdullahhack 2204 says, flip-flops we used to go to the washroom, and Crocs my feet are in between size, so I never bought them.
Did you know that
Sneezing Child 9033 says
if you leave your Crocs outside in the sun, they shrink. And someone someone sued the Croc company about that because she was like, I keep having to buy new Crocs because my kids are out in the sun all the time, and they changed. There's a YouTube follow, which I think is down here somewhere, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there, I think, depending on which platform you're on. So that not only will they shrink a little bit, like if you got yourself like a 10, if you leave them out in the sun, they turn into like a 9, but they also start to like warp and deform a little bit. And someone sued the Croc company, and I think they just paid them out, and I don't think they changed the formula or the makeup of the shoe, because the shoe is the shoe, and that's just apparently what you deal with when you get Crocs. If you leave them out in the sun, they will change shape. Can I see light or something? Yes, I can see light. Right now, I do keep it dark here in the morning, and I'm told that you guys can see me. I'm told that you can see Petey the Penguin. I just have some like very slight overhead lights on. So right now I'm not seeing anything except for that monitor that I was talking about in front of me. Like I know it's there. I can sense that there's a light right there. So right now what I'm seeing is a whole bunch of nothing. Like there's nothing. There's nothing. I've tried to explain nothing before, but nothing of any use. And then there's like this faint glowing light right in front of me. And that's why I know where the camera is for the most part. It should be right there. It's kind of like directly off my left nipple, I think, is where the camera is. I think I should be pointing at it right now. But a lot of the times when someone is doing something on the screen, if they're following me, or if there's a bits coming in through Twitch or a super chat, what I do when Brooks is here, I go like this. I'm like, because I'm trying to get Brooks to look up. He's always looking down at his laptop, and it's lagging. And it also doesn't show everything from every platform, but the screen that I've got up shows everything from every platform. So I'm pointing like, there, look there. And I wonder if people are like, man, he's so far off, he's not pointing at the camera. I know where the camera is. The camera's there, but I'm trying to get his attention to look.
Peterson 2429 says my sister dried her Crocs in the dryer and they shrunk to child size.
Yeah, that's what I heard when they get.
Renew says it's 10 o'clock and I'm on the East Coast.
So it's 7. Does that mean it's 7 right
measuring
now?
with left nipple.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy Jaming 2855 says okay, I'm too broke. Boy Jaming 2855 says Ike.
And don't forget, when you wake up tomorrow's going to be August the 1st.
Same.
I can't believe.
Saracom 7808 says sorry about that. At Abdullahhack 2204 says yeah, we can see you also. Yes, Joni, the cookies are yummy. Yes, you pointing at the camera, Pete, and now we'll get weird questions, I'm sure.
Well, that's okay.
Sergio Zero says what is your top 3 favorite song?
Did you guys notice that I put Sam the Chicken? You can't see him. The view I've been using mostly, you can't see him. But I think maybe in this view, I don't know, depending on which platform you're on. I think when the chat's rolling, you guys should be able to see Sam the Chicken over there as well. I incorporated him back into the couch so it didn't look so empty and lonely. My top 3 favorite songs, I don't know. For some reason, I think of like a bunch of songs from like the 80s and 90s. I mean, you gotta love the Humpty Dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Now stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image of the style that you used. Oh, the image and the style that you used to. I look funny, but you're making money, see? So your world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round. I'm the new fool in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink up all the Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. And oh, ladies, oh, how I love to thump thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I think if I do any more of that, I'm going to get a copyright infringement. So Humpty Dance, that's got to be up there. Def Leppard, how about Pour Some Sugar on Me? Pour some sugar on me, I can't get enough. I mean, it's a great song. You got like Van Halen's Panama. Panama. Of course, now these days when I hear it, I go, Panama, da, na, 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 because every song is banana. I always liked when I was a kid, when I was younger, when Motley Crue came out with the Dr. Feelgood album. I really liked Dr. Feelgood. It's a good song. Beastie Boys, Rhyming and Stealing, because mutiny on the bounty's what we're all about. I'm gonna board your ship and turn it on out. Who's that sucker with the parrot on his shoulder? Cause I'm bad getting bolder and I'm cold getting colder. Another good song. Trying to think if there's anything, Avenged Sevenfold. Does anybody know Avenged Sevenfold? I really like the guitar work, and the song Hail to the King is incredible. I absolutely love the guitar in Hail to the King, but the singer drives me effing nuts. Like he just goes right out his nose. Instead of Hail to the King, he goes Hail to the King, like it's Keeeeng. And I literally I have to tell myself this isn't bothering me. This isn't bothering me. I literally can't stand it. Hail to the King. And I always wonder, like, if anybody else in the band hears that, if they ever like, maybe instead of king, you could say king. I don't know. Obviously, no one said anything to him because he still does it. And the manufactured music that you hear these days. I saw a whole thing about Justin Bieber, and they write his music for him. They write his lyrics. They tell him what to do. They tell him how to dance. They tell him how to act. They tell him how to perform. And at the, it's gotta be May, he's like, he was talking about, he's like, whoever wrote that song that ends with that, it's supposed to be, it's got to be me, but the guy that wrote it is, I forget, Swedish, something like that, and with his accent he said May, and he's like, it would be really cool if you said it with the accent, it's got to be May. So I mean, there's nothing, at least the Hail to the King guy, at least that's the way he genuinely performs it, that's the way he sounds, and that's kind of what I appreciate about music made before a certain time, where now there's just so many people that are like constructing it, like, let's make something that people want to hear, as opposed to let's make something that I want to make. That kind of drives me a little bit crazy about music.
Says Cody Maverick. See, I want one.
I want one. I want one too.
BC says no. That's Petey the Penguin, mascot for blindpenguin.com soaps.
That's Petey the Penguin right there.
Saracom 7808 says that was just June Bieber.
June
At Fuddy 740 says hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Saracom 7808 says wasn't Justin Bieber.
I don't know what Bieber
says
is.
rest in peace.
Oh, Bieber.
Chester Bennington.
Bieber. Yeah, Chester Bennington
was the... says, can you say please EA Sports? It's in the game.
No, why would I say something that another voiceover guy?
55 says, yo, Pete, it got cut off, but I said I'm making a Helen Keller mode for one of my games and I already got the green light from a deaf person. So as a blind man, what's your opinion on it? Also, I love Netflix's songs personally.
If you were trying to...
Cube says it's 11 a.m. Pete is gonna have to leave soon.
Yeah, I got another half hour or
Lucius
so.
says, could I get your side profile to draw lol?
If you were doing a video game and you couldn't hear it or see it, that would be pretty difficult. I'm told that my side profile isn't exactly my best angle. I've got I'm half Greek, in case you guys wondered. I'm half Greek and half like English, Scottish, Irish. But the Greek part is definitely the this thing right here. I got a Greek nose. There's my profile. Here, I'll give you a full turn. We'll do the turn if you're drawing me, and then I'm going to turn to this side, and there you go. Someone was talking about a game, a video game that I could possibly play as a blind person. It like describes everything that's going on too. We could try and do a gaming episode. Although I finally just got the technology working. It cracked me up the other night. What night was it? Was it Tuesday? Yeah. I actually tried to go on early. Tried to go on at like 5:30, 5:40. I didn't get on until 6:40 because all of the audio just died. Like I couldn't hear anything. And then halfway through the show, I started getting doubled. So there were periods of the show where I was like on my hands and knees messing around with the wiring over there. I wasn't even here. I wasn't even like on the couch. And then people kept texting in. They're like, oh, we still got like 16 people on Twitch. I'm like, what? I was like, I'm not even there. I'm not even on the show. And people are watching. I think people enjoy watching me struggle with the technical issues. But I finally got everything just working. I think as long as I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me, pretty sure you guys can see me. And I don't know if I want to incorporate gaming into the stream, because I feel like that would definitely make something crash. I get conscious of the fact that because I've had this happen where like I've been on the street, my phone is in the voiceover mode. So it's 7:05. It's 5:55 a.m. was the alarm that went off. Friday, July 31st. Don't forget, tomorrow morning when you wake up on August the 1st, the first thing you need to say is rabbit, rabbit. And if you don't say that, you're going to have a terrible month. So every morning on the first of the month, you got to wake up and say rabbit, rabbit. And if you wake up and you say, oh, stupid morning, you're going to have a crappy month. And if you roll over and you say hello to the person that's in the bed with you, you're going to have a crappy month. And if your alarm goes off and you go, oh crap, you're going to have a crappy month. You have to say rabbit, rabbit. It's starting to get cold up here. Hold on, I'll finish the thought about the phone in a second. Computer, set temperature to 77.
I set the downstairs and upstairs to 77 degrees.
I didn't want the downstairs and upstairs. Computer, set downstairs to off. Hello? Computer, set downstairs to off.
I set the downstairs to off.
Okay, I need to do the whole house. You know what I don't like about the, so I have the wake word for, that's an Alexa over there, in case you're curious. And I changed the wake word to computer, so I don't say Alexa. I downloaded that new update to it, which makes it more chatty. I don't know if you guys have the old one or the new one, but the old one, like if you ask, like, you know, I try and follow like my Boston sports teams, and I'll be like, hey computer, Alexa, you know, like who won the Red Sox game? And the old one would be like, the Red Sox beat the Athletics, score of 5-4, and then it's done. And then you ask the new Alexa, it's got the AI built into it. It's supposed to be like more, you know, give you more information. But what it does is it starts like trying to have a conversation with you. I'll be like, what's the score of the Red Sox game? And it'll tell me the score of the Red Sox game. And then it might say like, you know, as they won in the bottom of the 10th with the walk-off home run. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. And then it starts being like, are you a big fan of baseball? Are you going to be watching the next Red Sox game? And I was like, no, shut up. It's like, okay, how well, I remind you the next time it's on. The next game is going to be on Amazon. I'm like, shut up. Like it tries to be too damn friendly. I actually can't stand the thing. And then it doesn't really learn. It says it will. I'm like, please don't ask me follow-up questions. I tell him, like, please don't ask me follow-up questions. And she's like, okay, I'll make sure not to do that anymore. And the next thing I'll be like, you know, what's the weather for tomorrow? And be like, the weather for tomorrow in your area is going to be a high of 74 degrees. Are you thinking about going outside and having a picnic? Maybe I could help you order some food to have come to the house so that you could have a picnic. I'm like, oh my God, you're still doing it. You're still giving me the stupid conversation, which I wasn't asking for. A second ago, I was talking about the my phone. Like, I look at my phone when I'm doing the text to speech. Like, it just makes sense. Like when you're holding something, like, and I even like, I'm so used to, like, if I'm doing something, I point my eyes at it. I point my head, I point my eyes, like, it's just, you know, I also spent a bunch of years with a fair amount of vision. And so it's natural. But I have to intentionally on this stream, or like when I'm out in public, I literally intentionally, I grab my phone and I like look down. Like it just, yeah, I feel like it makes sense. Like it just orients me forward. It's making the noise. I'm listening to it. So I'll look down at it. Am I seeing it? No, I'm not seeing it at all. Like, but I'm pointing everything at it. But a lot of times on the stream, you'll see me start to do that. And then I go, because I understand it's like bad optics. And there's just there's so many people out there that are always looking for like he's wearing a watch. He's not blind. He's looking at the camera. He's not blind. And I would try not to give people any ammo because I just don't like dealing with it. It drives me bonkers. So you'll probably see me a fair amount, like especially in these morning shows when I keep having to check my messages. I pick it up and I look at the phone and I'm like, no, I'm going to look up here, which I think it's just bizarre. I think that's a bizarre optic, but at least it looks more blind. Like I feel like if your phone's in front of you and you're like looking up at the ceiling, you're like, what the hell's he doing? But that has happened to me once before, and it was like there was a really nice family. Brooks and I had just finished surfing, and I was on my phone checking my messages and notifications that I'd gotten while I was out surfing, and you know, as they pulled up, they can't hear, or as they walked up rather, they can't hear the text to speech. So it looks like I'm just looking at my phone, and the kid, like, you know, kid's like, that's the blind surfer. Hey, I watch your videos. Da, da, da. And then the mom, who was like familiar with the channel, she's like, I thought you were blind. I'm like, huh? Yeah, like I'm standing there with like a blind surfer wetsuit. I wasn't really sure how else I was supposed to look blind. And I was like, yeah, I am. She's like, but you're on your phone. I was like, yeah, I am on my phone. And then I turned up the volume.
18 minutes ago. Brown.
And so she could hear the text to speech. But she's like, but you're like looking at it. I'm like, yes, indeed, I am looking at my phone, but I am not seeing it. But I get it that it confuses people. And what was the other thing that someone asked? Try and answer all the questions, and then I forget halfway through. But I think that was all the questions. The other thing that I was talking about was did I kill the text to speech? I always get nervous when I talk for 5 minutes and then I come back And then there's
At Crispy111 says I've been blind for almost 4 years and I had my vision for over 15 years and I do the same thing with my phone and look down even with my voiceover on.
That actually makes me feel good, Crispy, because I can't see what other blind people are doing. Not like there's any of them in my life, but I don't know what other blind people do. So I wonder, like, am I the only one? Am I the only one that's like looking at the phone? I guess not.
Lucius says
That's
I
good
was
to know.
admiring your Greek nose. Sir, yay. Thanks. Also, do you ask someone to describe the art someone made of you?
Yes, I do. There's been a few pieces, and I either have Nisha's really good at describing. She's very detail oriented, and she'll describe a lot of the art to me. But mostly Banana or Brooks will explain it to me. LT's skateboard is still in this room somewhere, and I still, for the life of me, haven't had anybody describe that thing to me very accurately yet. But for the most part, if someone sends fan art, if they email it or mail it. Someone will describe it to me. I had a woman, I can't remember her name now, and I should, but I can't remember everything. She did a drawing or painting of me, Anthony Mancina, and me, Anthony Ferraro, and Dan Mancina. And it was the three of us on skateboards in front of my house. And what she did is she made it
At
tactile.
James Gardner PZ3RL says hi.
James, what's going on? I feel like James, I haven't heard your name too much in the chat tonight.
Saracom 7808 says the skateboard is super cool.
I hear that the skateboard is super cool, but I still just don't know what it is. James, you're usually here for like the whole thing. That was the first time I've heard you.
says, ahaha, they think you scamming everyone for 40 years, ahaha.
Yeah, exactly. Like go back. Like, how long have I been doing this for? But the artwork she sent, it was like this cellophane layer on top, and it was raised. You could actually feel.
27 says that's actually sick that the art was tactile.
Yeah. So it was.
Lucia says, should I email it? To where?
blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. You can, for some reason, some people have trouble getting that email address right, but you can try two things. If you can't get this right, Blind Surfer Show.
Says, you, how you doing? You're one of my favorite YouTubers. About time I finally got you. Live lol.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you. About time you found me. What have you been doing all this time? You need to make watching me a priority. I'm here. I'm talking to you guys, and you should wake up and turn me on right away. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Or if for some reason you can't figure out how to send the email that way, you can go to my link tree. And so, like, that's the email that I'm comfortable giving out on the air.
James Gardner PZ3RL says, how are you?
I'm good, James.
Sir
How are you?
Zero says, picture what you can touch and see. It's really cool.
Yeah. If you need, so that email, like, that's the one that I don't mind giving
says,
out here.
Yes, because medical systems are so easy to manipulate. Much sarcasm.
Right. Yeah, I heard that. I actually heard the sarcasm in that. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. But if that doesn't work, if you want to go to my link tree, it says contact Pete at the bottom of it. And that actually has my mailing address for the Blind Guy Unboxing stuff. And a couple more personal email addresses. The link tree is linktree.com/Pete Gustin. PETEGUSTIN. That is how you spell my name. I turned off the chat so that I could get through that thought. Didn't want to forget.
Haunted Corpse says, wait, turn you on right away?
Yeah.
Lucia says, got it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Turn me on immediately. I mean, that's how I want everybody to start their day. I want everybody to start their day by turning me on. That's funny. Can you hear the birds? This microphone is so sensitive. I kind of like this microphone. It's putting like less strain on it. Like, I don't like waking up and talking for an hour and a half straight was honestly getting a little. I don't wake up and do my vocal warm-ups before this show. I don't want to wake up that early. So I just kind of like roll out of bed.
Says pig wings.
Pig wings. Can pigs fly? When pigs fly? I just kind of come in here and I start doing the show, which was getting a little rough in my voice. But this microphone, being more sensitive, allows me to be a little bit more quiet.
2204 says he means turning the channel on. I love how people get confused, lol.
People do get confused.
At Haunted Corpse says that's wild, lol.
I think we're all doing it
At
intentionally.
Hardizashir says good morning from NZ.
NZ. That's no. New Zealand. That can't be anything
says,
else.
This is the perfect version of a radio show. No commercials, no songs.
I believe there are some commercials.
Says, what was your favorite hobby growing up, and if it's surfing, something else, lol.
Why? Well,
Beast
sailing.
Nation says I'm not vegan, Sue. I'd just be eating Oreos.
Oreos.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says good.
Good.
At Haunted Corpse says, yeah, I get it. It's just funny.
Haunted Corpse, your name, yeah, I think we all get it, Abdullah. We're just having
says
fun
if you
with
were to play a game, what kind of game would you want to play?
hide the pickle. I don't know. What kind of game would I play? I'm not really sure. What hobby? The birds are distracting me. This microphone is so sensitive. I wonder if it's coming through to the mic. I can hear it loud and clear in my earbuds. It's cute. We got like our backyard here in Southern California. We have more birds that sometimes, like, I wake up really early on a Sunday morning, and I'll just sit outside and take all my vitamins and drink my peach juice, and I'll just listen to all the little birdies wake up. And there's so many. I just inhaled a bug, I think. So many different bird noises out there, but right about this time, they start to wake up, and they're making their cute little like cheepy cheep cheepy cheep noise. And the other microphone I've been using for years, was not sensitive enough to pick it up. What hobby did I do as a kid? I was a sailor. I was a competitive sailor. I used to I was into heavy weightlifting. I used to try and put on as much mass and throw up as much iron as I could. Well, that was like teenager. Yeah, when I was a kid, I started competitively sailing at the age of 10. I grew up going to a boat club, and that's just what everybody did. You either swam or sailed, or I did both. I competed in swimming and sailing, and that was probably my main hobby as a kid. Yeah, I competed everywhere. I used to go all around the country and competing in different regattas and stuff. It was a lot of fun competing in regattas and going to different boat clubs and yacht clubs and traveling around the country with my boat. Like, that was a good time. I have not done that in many, 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 many years. I kind of gave it up right as I went to college, and that's when I started focusing on my radio career. The birds are actually starting to drive me a little nuts. I can hear the birds. Haunted Corpse is in the chat. James Gardner's in the chat. Sarah's there. Matea's there. Anything that you guys got to or would like to say? When I press that button, they should be up on the screen, although it's doing
Beast
this.
Boy Nation says Oreos are just the only vegan food item I know of. Anything
Beast
else
Boy's
is
there.
obvious, like veggies and fruits.
There's so many
Angel G
cereals.
has H4H says hi.
Hey, what's going on? There's so many cereals. They say like vegan friendly cereal. Like most cereal, I think,
Sergio Zero
is
says
vegan.
I must go, but it's wonderful to find and hear you again. After
Well,
all these years, thanks you, bro.
All these years,
At
I
from
was
Cute
gone
says
for
what
years.
kind of video game would you want to play?
Thank you for stopping by. I wish I could play Vice City again. I loved Vice City. I thought that was like, at the time, I thought that was like the greatest, coolest video game ever. I can still kind of remember the map as you go towards the edge of the waterfront, and there's like that mansion. It was like the Scarface mansion.
Beast
Then
Boy
you go
Nation
right.
says bye, Sergio.
Bye, Sergio.
At Red
Thank you
White
for coming
Blessed
by.
said 12 says say in your radio station voice say anything you want in that voice.
No, I will not, because starting in about a half an hour, I'm gonna have to read a million things that people want me to read. This is not that. I am not here to read things.
Deadland Fisherman 27 says my favorite video game is Red Dead Redemption 2. It came out in 2016.
Yeah, see, the last time I could see a video game was about 2004, I guess, and then anything after that, I couldn't see it anymore. But Vice City it was so you could get in a car, you could ride a motorcycle. I enjoyed it. And just the whole idea, like, I love the 80s. I mean, I was just a little kid in the 80s, but I love the music from the 80s. I loved the vibe of that video game. You didn't have to waste a lot of time. When they came out with...
Fisherman 27 says it's a Western cowboy game, where you're an outlaw in a gang.
Oh, well, you know what? I did do a promo
says
for
Grand
that.
Theft Auto San Andreas with God mode, so then you don't die because you're too blind to see the people attacking. That's what happened to me.
Oh.
Atar Dizashir says I think you would enjoy the morning chorus of all the birds in New Zealand. We have so many bird species here.
Really? Yeah.
Lucius says what made you become a surfer?
We got a lot of them out here, but yeah, it'd be fun to hear. I could probably YouTube that, like, bird sounds in New Zealand. Maybe become a surfer. I mean, I've covered that a million times. I was just trying to find a sport I could do as a blind person. It seemed like a pretty good one. San Andreas. The thing that drove me a little nuts about San Andreas was I couldn't see the screen anymore. Like, I couldn't really see what was going on. But that was the first time you had to, like, waste time in a video game. Like, what was it? You had to like eat. And you had to work out. Like, I remember, like, I had to take my character to the gym, and then I like kind of overdid it. I'd like go to the gym a lot and make him like all big and extra pumped up and stuff. But I was like, this is a video game. I don't want to be doing real life stuff. I don't want to be taking time for my character to eat. I found that super annoying. And the whole world of San Andreas was huge. Like, you'd be on one side and they'd give you a mission. You had to go you'd have to waste like 20 minutes of your life just like getting to the other part of the city. I'm like, this one takes a lot of time. Like, Vice City was big. It was big enough that it didn't get repetitive, but but it wasn't so big that you had to waste like a half an hour of your actual life going from one place to the other. I think if I could ever play a video game again, it would either be Grand Theft Auto Vice City, or I would love to fire up, what was it, PS2? Was it the PS2? Whatever gaming system that Street Fighter 2 was on. Oh my God, if I could play. I did talk about wasting days of my life and hours of my days. I used to, me and my friend Jay, my best friend when I was growing up, we used to play Street Fighter 2 like nonstop. We'd play it for hours, and then we'd go out and like play basketball or frisbee or something like that. But we'd sit there, and we were playing Street Fighter 2 when we found out that O.J. Simpson was driving his white Bronco down the highway. I remember we had to turn off our game and flip the TV over to see what O.J. Simpson was up to. But I used to love that game. Show you can hit it, deep duck to roget. Oh, you can. I used to love Street Fighter 2. So those would be my two games I could play.
Apricot, I forgot the English name, lol.
I don't know the English name, because I don't know exactly what the question was.
I says sorry.
It's okay. You are forgiven. You can be forgiven. And what was the third ick? I was talking about the 3 icks. I'll try and spit this out. It's taking me the entire show.
Can you play a video game and we tell you what to do? Would that be fun?
I don't know. No, because it would be such a delay. Like I think Twitch is the realest time.
Except 12 says, what's your favorite movie?
Troy.
I says, I don't see the headphones.
I'm wearing headphones.
Says the white Ford Bronco had the Original 5-star wanted level.
I have headphones in my ears, the little black ones. No, and so Twitch is almost real time, but there's still a delay to it. Even if I do super low latency, by the time it got out, you guys saw it, then you typed in the thing, then I heard it, I'd be dead. I'm talking about if you're trying to get me to play a video game, if you were trying to tell me what to do, the latency would be way too ridiculous. I mean, I could try and do it with Brooks here. Brooks said he was using Claude. He used Claude to create a video game, and he said that he might try and make one based around the Blind Surfer. We were talking about it Wednesday of this week. He said he could like do something based around T&C surf design. I mean, he's got a million things to do like I do, so I'm not going to bother him about it. But that would be super cool. That'd be fun to play my own video game. We could possibly do that at some point in the future. But yeah, I don't think it would work if you guys were trying to give me the feedback. What time is it? It is. Whoa, that was loud. That was exceptionally loud. Oh, I will give you the third ick that I heard about. They were asking women their biggest icks when it comes to dating. Hold on, did I knock the? I did. Wait, why is that not? What button did I press? 5 minutes for us to type. Whoa. Is that true? Well, then why did that happen?
Abdullah Hack 2204 says that's cool.
Abdullah.
Syntax Assassin says turn-based game maybe?
What's a turn-based game? Like is that like a go left, and then when you go left something happens, and when you go right something else happens, or something like that? I guess. Yes. Before I get out of here, I mean, I'm not.
White Blessed Sep 12 says my favorite game is Pac-Man.
I mean.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says okay.
You can't go wrong with Pac-Man.
Peppa the Pergu says, what was the last thing you ever saw before going blind?
Peppa the Pergu guy. That's an impossible question to answer. I mean, it's not like because I didn't just go blind. I wasn't like staring.
The says, or somebody's on a phone call with you watching your screen, and then we get to listen in while the guy joined what to do in the chat gets crazy frustrated lol.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I wasn't like sitting there staring at my favorite stuffed animal and then all of a sudden I went blind. Like that's not what happened. I just lost my eyesight over time. Thank you for the follow on YouTube. It's been a few minutes. We didn't get to the follower goal. I don't know what the follower goal was on Twitch today, but I did not hear the big celebration noise. If in the next few minutes you guys want to give me a follow on Pete Gustin on Twitch, then maybe we can reach the goal for today, whatever the heck it was. I just like the noise. I like the sound. Nisha, when she was here, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, she was like, "This is like a video game," because she was here and like a hype train started. People were sending in bits. I fired off music. We reached a follower goal. She's like, "I can see why you like this. It's like being in your own video game." And the third ick, I will get to it. This is what I was listening to on the radio yesterday. This is how I spend my free time. They were talking about things that turn women off. It was just the big ick about guys. One, we spent some time talking about it. Men that wear sandals or flip-flops. They said that was icky. The other one was when they are on a first date, and the guy makes them split the bill, which I never did. I never, did I? There was Yeah, there was one. It was accident. I said something. I forget what the heck, but I was like, I said something about like, I don't remember. I'll try. I'll try. A girl said like, what's your oh, that's what it was. It was a girl, May, Mae. And she's like, what's the thing you like least about online dating? And I just blurted it out because I'm an idiot, because I'm honest. I'm like, it gets very expensive. I was like, I pay for a lot of meals. Because I was on Match at the time. This was way before I met Banana. And I was going on like 3-4 dates a week, I guess. I was just kind of like trying to find someone. I was also enjoying going out and having fun. But yeah, I was paying for every meal all the time, and I get my credit card bill at the end of the month. I'm like, oh my God, I spent like $1,400 on dates this month. And I just blurted it out. I was like, oh, it gets expensive. And she immediately, like, the mood, like she was joking. She's like, what do you not like about online dating? And I said that, and she like got kind of quiet. And I was like, oh, I ruined that one. And sure enough, the bill came at the end of the night, and she put down her credit card, and her mind was already down, and she put it down and handed it to the server. She's like, we'll be splitting this down the middle. I was like, no, it's okay. She's like, no, I wouldn't want to put you out. And I was like, that went bad. I never got a second date with that girl. That was a bit of a screw up on my part. Could have been a little better about that, not blurted out what was actually on my mind. The third ick that women are frustrated about right now is when guys have roommates. They don't like it when men have roommates. And I only ever had a roommate for 3 years of my entire life. When I got into college, I was assigned roommates my freshman year of college. Then sophomore year and junior year, I lived with, I had 2 roommates over the course of those 3 years. And by senior year, I lived by myself, and I have never lived with a roommate ever since. Mostly because I've always been doing some sort of a, like, even when I was like 19 and 20, I was working for the Rick Dees morning radio show, and I was doing voiceovers back then. And it was very difficult if I had like a roommate trying to have them be like, quiet, I'm trying to record, quiet, I'm trying to record. And I basically have always lived by myself. And,
Casey_Cheryl just followed.
Thank you, Casey_Cheryl. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm going to get the celebration. We reached your follower goal today. But I appreciate the follow over on Twitch. But I did always think that was kind of weird. Like if I was on a date with a girl and we went back and like, go back to her place, and you think one thing's going to happen. She's like, oh, hey, this is my roommate, Cindy. Cindy, what are you watching? Oh, I'm watching Friends. Hey, let's sit down and watch Friends together. I'm like, that's not where I thought this was going. So I can see what they're talking about. But those are the top 3 icks that I heard about. Guys wearing flip-flops, guys that make women split the bill out on the first date, and guys
says, gotta go, God bless everyone.
that have roommates. Bye, Blind Fisherman.
2204 says, I mean, the roommate thing doesn't make any sense. LOL. First 2 okay, kind of understandable, but third one,
I mean, it's a financial decision.
7808 says, bye, Blind Fisherman.
Bye, Blind Fisherman.
The
I think that's...
says, I will email you, but Nanoscope Therapeutics is starting phase 3 trials for Stargardt's disease.
Really? Is that true? What is phase 3? That's like getting close to... And what are they stopping the progression of it? I feel like a lot of these things are like stopping the progression of it, which would have been great if they hit me up like 20 years ago. We could have stopped it, but at this point... I mean, I'd like them to reverse it. I'd like
M. Bridgenson 2222 says, said hi.
Hey, M. Bridgenson, back in time, and then fix the eyes.
At the Shadow King says, did your voice suddenly change to a super deep voice one day out of nowhere? Did you then call your school and high school as your parents to skip? I know I would have.
My mother worked at the school,
Husband
so...
says, restoring usable amounts of vision to be able to navigate yourself around and find object.
Ooh, I would like that. I'd like to restore some usable amounts of vision. I'd like to see some sort of stuff again. I didn't know anybody was even close to clinical trials. I try not to follow that stuff too much because it always ends up being a disappointment. Over the past 3 decades of my life, every time they're like, we got it, and they're like, oh no, we don't.
7808 says, do you have Stargardt's blind husband?
Good question. Do you? And my voice did literally change overnight to the person that just asked that. When I was a kid, I like went to bed. I had a very high voice as a kid, like very high voice. I remember I used to call my cousins, who were like a couple of my best friends when I was growing up, and they were confused whether I was me or a girl.
Adam Bridgenson 2222 says, when did you get diagnosed for your blindness?
When I was 8.
At Abdullahak 2204 says, there are usually 4 stages of clin trials, I think.
Okay. Well,
At
hey,
Crispy 111 says I have the new Meta glasses and I have been loving them. They help with a lot of stuff. The
they're
blind husband says I have retinitis pigmentosa and they're about to release the gene therapy. It's the same
Oh.
company.
all
At
right.
Peppa Pepperguy says when is the next blind guy unboxing video?
I like Peppa the Pepperguy. I think Peppa the Pepperguy gave us a follow. Gave me and Petey the Penguin a follow on Twitch yesterday. I like listening to the robot voice. I have a bit of a heart attack with that. Next Blind Guy Unboxing is tomorrow. All the Blind Guy Unboxings get released on TikTok and YouTube on Saturday, on Facebook and Instagram on Sunday. Facebook and Instagram are a day behind. So Blind Guy Unboxing is every Saturday. And the video today is me and Nisha going to the UPS store and trying to get the packages. And you'll see me try and navigate the parking lot, the parking spot, trying to put the key in the stupid box hole and then getting all this. It shows you the whole procedure about getting the boxes. So today it's called, I don't know, I think I called it like I can't find the hole or something like that, because putting the key in the keyhole is difficult. But it's I can't find the hole dash a blind guy unboxing adventure. And then Saturday is the actual blind guy unboxing. And that one is going to be something that Lola sent me a whole box full of stuff. Lola Tupaz, who smartly is not waking up too early to do these things. She sent me a whole box of stuff, and the one for I'm getting sleepy. The one for tomorrow is one of the stranger things that she. One of the stranger things, like I was never, ever gonna figure out what the heck she sent me. So I put it in my surf bag and I brought it down to the beach and I had to show it to Nisha, and she didn't even know what it was until I finally broke out the directions. So that one is going to be tomorrow. You'll be able to check that one out. What was that noise? I just heard a noise. Let me pop back in and see if you guys got anything going on, because I do have to start getting to the day.
Thanks for answering.
Toadkin Cashew just followed.
Toadkin Kahoo, thank you very much. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for checking me out on Twitch. Yeah, the person that was saying that Twitch isn't good for mobile. It's both. You can do vertical and horizontal in the same feed. And maybe if you're really good, if you're really nice and you become a good person on the Twitch chat, you could get invited to the there are off-show activities that happen amongst some of the people on Twitch. And if you get in with the in crowd, maybe you can get invited. I'm not even invited. There's stuff that they do without me. That's when you know you built a community. The community is so good, they don't even need you. Just like the other day when I was doing the technical stuff, I was just sitting on the floor plugging in wires and you guys were all just chatting with each other. It's like, hey, I'm not even needed here anymore. Petey the Penguin will keep you guys company. Maybe some morning I can just wake up and start this thing. You know, I was saying I don't do my vocal warm-ups in the morning because it just takes a little bit too long. Maybe I can just literally start the stream.
Adam Bridgenson 2222 says, do you know how to read Braille?
Let you guys chat with each other, and then I can join it after I do my vocal warm-ups. I'm not needed here. You don't even need me. No, I don't know Braille. I don't. I understand the concepts of it as I did learn it a while ago, but it's so effing hard. Like to determine the difference, it has to be something you practice with endlessly.
Says hi.
That's a Tolkien?
From Cube says he doesn't.
I do not.
The blind husband says if you get some time today, look up nanotherapeutics. Sorry,
Okay.
nanoscope therapeutics.
Nanoscope, probably nanoscope. One of the names I'm confused is Abdullah. I think it's Abdullah. He's been in the chat a lot lately.
7808 says to be fair, WWE invited you.
WWE invited me. What did they invite me to? I don't know if it's Abdullah or Abdullah. Hopefully it's Abdullah because that's the way I've been saying it. Yeah, don't exactly know how some of these names are supposed to be pronounced. So if I butcher your name, it's not because I don't like you, just because the text-to-speech is not doing a good job of pronouncing it. Did I cover everything?
Junior says I always wondered what's your favorite music genres.
Oh man, I literally just covered that.
7808 says no, meant to say we invited you.
Oh.
The blind husband says think of the word that's how it's.
But you don't need me. I guess I'm invited, but you don't need me to be part of the group. You can do it without me, which is great because it's kind of fun that you guys have your own thing going on. My music genre.
Adam Bridgenson 2222 says I thought you wouldn't, cuz how would you be able to tell what a tether is or word by feeling it?
Tether. What's a tether? I don't know. That some of the typing errors are confusing me here. How would I know what a tether is by feeling it?
Crispy 111 says my name is like crispy chicken lol.
Oh, it is crispy.
James Gardner PZ3RL says I love WWE.
That I was confused about that. So crispy, like crispy chicken. I was wondering if your name was Crispy or if it was Chris P, like your name was like Chris Peterson. So it is actually crispy. Okay, that answers that. WWE. Yes, I used to be a huge wrestling fan back in the day. But it was WWF when I was watching it. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me to the Boston Garden and would watch WWF. Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake Roberts, The Undertaker, Macho Man Randy Savage, and his girlfriend, the fabulous Miss Elizabeth, who I had a poster of on the back of my bedroom door growing up. I won it at a fair for doing some like AIM game. I won a poster of Miss Elizabeth, which was like the top third of her boobs to the top of her head, was on my bedroom door. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I used to watch it. Oh, he'd walk around with the 2x4. And who are some of the others? The Ultimate Warrior, who it seemed like he was on an ultimate amount of roids. But yeah, I was a big WWF fan until they had to change their name because the World Wildlife Foundation had it. They're like, we're the WWF, you got to change it. I don't think I was watching too much of it after it became WWE, but growing up, yep, wrestling, WWF, I was a huge fan. This is what I used to do when I had vision. I would waste it watching men jump around and beat each other up in a wrestling ring. All right, I got to get to thump. It is
7:37 a.m.
later than I thought. So let's hit this. Do. I may or may not do the Monday. Please allow me the option to sleep in if Monday rolls around and I feel like staying in bed. But I'll definitely be back on Tuesday evening. So Tuesday at 6 o'clock, Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m., and then Thursday and Friday, 6 o'clock. Hi, you got here just in time for the end.
Adam Bridgenson 2222 says I meant letter dump typos.
It happens. But yeah, I'll definitely.
Little Shapovkovic says this is so cool. I am a 1982 elder goth that is an absolute fan, and I love to try to voice act as best as I can. I was the classroom joker.
Keep at it.
Fiddlin' Husband says we will be here if you are by familiar faces.
All right, by familiar faces. In the meantime, check out the video, the Blind Guy unboxing adventure I've got coming today. The Blind Guy unboxing tomorrow, and follow on Twitch, Pete Gustin, and make sure to come back.
Have a good day, Pete.
Thanks, Matea. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the new sounding microphone. I liked it. I feel like it sounded amazing. And I'll be back
At James
next
Gardner
week.
PZ3RL says bye.
Bye.
Fiddlin' Husband says me and Jenny followed you. Mateo. Toad King Kajal says bye. At Haunted Corpse says see I Pete.